So on the last episode of Don't Be a Geordie, I was beachcombing. I got this cedar for my my barbecue shed downspout. I want to carve a downspout where the water comes down and the water goes spiraling down the wood on the outside. The cedar was a little bit too thick this way, and I'm not 100% sure. It's bone dry. Still feels damp. So when I came back yesterday with these logs, the farmer said he might have a better idea for me. He has old fence posts, okay? Now I cut this. Now this fence post here, let me give you the wider view. This fence post here is 4.5 inches thick. And I cut it, and it's Douglas fir, which is good because Douglas fir is like cedar and it's pretty well, it's somewhat rot resistant and it's a hardwood. Now this wood here is pressure treated. So yes, I'm carving pressure treated wood today. Make sure you wear your dust mask 100% when you are carving pressure treated wood, because there's chemicals in here and you just don't want to be sucking it up. Now, I'm not too sure how far the pressure treated goes in, but anyways, shouldn't carve pressure treated wood, but if you have to, sometimes you just have to. Now I want this thing to spiral down, boom, so the water can come down. And this is just a trial and error thing. I don't even know if this will work. And another thing I know too, this wood is old and it's probably super chippy, so I don't need to have any big chips come out, because I gotta carve a trellis in there, like about 2 inches in here. I gotta carve so the water can get down in a little ditch thing. Now I brought this piece of copper from home so I can wrap this around there and draw my lines on, then I can lower it and do the same thing. Trial and error. Just thought I'd show you guys. So there's the copper in there, and I just I hammer it into a hole there, then I kind of just tighten it up. It's not perfect, but nothing in my world is perfect anyways. Alright, so I got busy for a few minutes, and I did this little tester. I think I need to... This is trial and error. This is the way I work in my life, with my carving and my art. You don't know if you don't try. Anyways, this whole piece is going to be sanded. It's going to be, if it works, I'm just going to do a trial. If it's going to be sanded, it's going to be painted. I'm going to put the Flex Seal stuff in the track where the water will run. This stuff here. So anyways, I got some water here. Let's do a little test. Let's pour it up here and see if it comes down here. Well, look at that. And that's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I think it's working. It's working. Yes. This was just a test. Now it looks pretty weak, you know, because you can even see here you can see I hit the center of the wood right in there. It's kind of soft. What's it called? The pit. Anyways, that's the center of the wood, that dark spot there. But it's not that weak, because when you go up, it gets thicker, right? So there's more than just like a thin line of wood in there. It goes like boom, boom. That makes sense. I don't know. All right, so this is what I got done so far. I did a water test. This isn't Douglas fir. It might be spruce. Who knows? But like I said, it's going to be painted. I'm going to fill these cracks with Gorilla Glue, and this is actually, well, it's the hardest part. But then again, this whole thing's going to be a lot of work. But I just want to try and motivate anybody. I don't know. I've never seen one of these. I'm sure they've been done, but I want to motivate everybody. If you have a plan to do something, it's not going to do itself. It's not going to carve itself. You got to just get in there and freaking do it and get it done. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well, carry on. I tried. Good try. Right? So I'm going to carve the rest of this. Sand it, ding it, do it. And I got this ball burr here. I really don't like using this burr too much on my die grinder because it's a big bit and it's a lot of force on your die grinder. But no, that's too big. Well, I could get in there and clean up this channel a bit. I did a water test and it's working so far. Anyways, carry on. Alright, so this was a lot of carving. I think this is spruce or something. Or might even be alder. Because alder has that orange. Once it gets hit, once the air hits it, gets oxidized, it kind of goes an orange color. It's pretty solid. So I guess we can do a water test. I got some water here. Let's just try it out. Water's it. Oh, water's in. I can see it leaking out over here, but it goes down. Okay, let's pour it faster. Oh! 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 I see a couple spots where it needs to be carved deeper. So, well, it's wet now, so how can I do that? I'll have to get some black paint and a paintbrush and put some paint where I need to carve it deeper. Carve deeper. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Yeah, right here. Yeah, oh, I have to carve the whole thing deeper. I think it's deeper when I carved it standing up than tilted. Anyways, whew. Man, I got that done pretty quick. And I think this is probably alder. I'll bring the camera in close so you guys can see the orange color inside of it. So that would be the hardwood. Anyways, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put, oh, where's that bit going? I just friggin' had it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I think I got this. This might be a Typhoon once it cuts off. I'm going to put this bit on because then I can get in there and carve a deep channel. Do you know what I mean? So all the way around. And I still got to carve the bottom. It's a lot of work. Okay, so I got it in the back of my car truck to do some test mock-ups at my place with it. Alright, so I got it in place, you know, so like down here where it's not carved, well, it's kind of curved, but I gotta cut it shorter tomorrow or the next day, and then I gotta make a bowl for the water to go in, and then all down there I dug it 2 feet deep and really wide, and I put that black weed killer, that weed stopper stuff, just like that stuff there, I put that in the hole. It's called a French drain. And then I put rocks in it. But I'm just, I'm freaking tired. Put the shelf up today too. I did it the other day. I burnt it and then it's just a shitty piece of cedar I had with bug holes in it. And I put spar urethane on it. So there it is, holding my little mini Coke Zero. We'll do the water test whenever I get up. Oh. Okay, so I don't know how well you guys can see, but I'm going to get the hose, turn the hose on and spray the roof. Now spraying the roof would be like a friggin' storm, so I expect some to bounce out, but let's give it a shot. That was lost, now I'm just doing a mist. It is working, but the hole that I carved through here, this hole needs to be carved deeper. I need to carve really deep in there, but you can see it's working. It's going all the way down. See the water in there? Let's go to the bottom. This stuff like this is a lot of trial and error. Now look at that deep track that I carved in there. That's where most of the water's going. Let's try it again. See the water pour out of that hole in a second. So I need to curve that hole deeper. Otherwise, I think it's pretty good. You know, a good thing about this too, because these are, hold on. Because these are all tapered this way, the water doesn't really splash out. It kind of just goes down here. I think that's going to be a success for that. But now I gotta let it dry. I was talking to my good old pal Larry Dibs from Wowsy's workshop, and it would be a good idea. I think I'm going to coat this whole thing with Flex Seal. I don't know if I should use this just a spray can or get the bucket of it and paint it on. It works. It will work. Okay, so you guys can see the crack. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to fill, but I'm going to use this Gorilla Glue. Now this stuff expands with water, so I'll just put it in the cracks, use my rubber glove, and keep pushing it in there because the water makes it extract and it makes it like foam, that expanding foam. So I'll put it all in all the cracks and I'll just sit here and just keep pushing it in for about an hour. Something to do. Then tomorrow I'll sand up. Well, that's lots of sanding. Lots of sanding. You see, it's only been a few minutes and it's already starting to puff out there. Let's push it back in. Now you don't want to get this shit on your hands because, well, they'll stay black for 2 days. See? Rub it down and get it back in there. Now it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if all the cracks are filled or not. This will just make it stronger. Like that. Look at that. Anyways, don't be Jordy. See, look how it really foams up. Oh shit. Oh well, lick your finger. Keep pushing it back in there. Sooner or later it stops foaming out. All right. So I'm back at the carving tent. It's now the next day. Does anybody want any willow to carve? Stand by, loud playing. Alright, so you can see the glue is dry now. See what I mean about keep pushing it back in there, how it expands? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand all these glues off. All these glues, I don't know if that's a word, but sand off all the glue. I put some on the other side too. I didn't have to fill in the cracks because like I said, this whole thing is going to be sprayed with this Flex Seal stuff. How many cans do I got of it here? I thought I had more, but oh boy. Anyways, I'll sand this off, clean it up. I gotta carve this hole deeper, wherever it is. This hole, I gotta carve it deeper down inside here so the water doesn't over splash, and carve this hole deeper too. Anyways, whatever. Just making sure the wood's dry before I spray that Flex Seal on it. So the best thing I could probably do is take this home and do another water test. Because you got to make sure everything flows right. But I'm pretty sure I got my, what's it called? My eyes dotted, or whatever you say. I got this hole carved way deeper inside here. Now, so hopefully it doesn't splash out of there. If it's a storm, it might splash out, but that's all right. You know, splashing's good. So now, well, I think I'm just gonna, because I put the water in it yesterday, I think what I'm gonna do is, well, I'm gonna let this sit and dry a little bit longer before I spray that Flex Seal. I got this piece of wood here. I need to make myself a couple garden pavers. So, you know, like things you step on in the garden, cement. So I'm going to carve this, and I'm going to do a mold of this on another video, but I'm not going to film carving this, but I'm going to carve it right now. I'm not going to carve a wood spirit because I'm going to do a mold. Like I said, I'm going to do a mold video. I'm not going to do a wood spirit because, well, when I mold this and make concrete out of it, you don't want to step on the wood spirit's face. So I think I'm just going to do some twisty lines on it and just do it really quick. Something simple to mold too, with no deep undercuts or anything, right? So anyways, let that sucker sit out in the sun. Well, this is kind of turning into a Jordy Does video, so I carved this really quick, signed it, I burned it and sanded it with my with this Scotch-Brite. I was thinking to myself, well, why do I need to make a mold out of this out of cement? Why can't I just buy that spray anti-slip Rust-Oleum makes it, spray it and then put it in my garden and I can step on it? But I don't know, I'll see. A crack did form there. So if I put the stuff on there, I don't know. Anyways, this log I got here is from Vancouver Island. It's a first growth old cedar. It's a tree that was caught in, it was a tree that was on fire, standing dead. Now, is that a stone in there? Now this is going to be for Wowsy's workshop, Larry Dibb's challenge, watcher challenge. So what I do is got to get my chainsaw and rip off all this shitty wood on here, the burnt wood. Anyways, that's their watcher video thing, Larry, watcher challenge thing. Alright, so there's a cool old cedar log for the watcher challenge. I didn't clean up the bottom because I kind of like it rustic like that. But you guys want to learn about Larry Dibb's challenge on his YouTube channel, Wowsy's Workshop. Just search Wowsy's. It ends with a Z, not a Y or an S. W-O-Z-E-Y-Z or something. Wowsy's Workshop to do his challenge. Alright, so I'm going to, I got this blown out. I'm going to spray inside the channels black now with that stuff. They think stuff. Alright, so you guys can clearly see what I did there. Now I need to get another can, so I'm going to get another can and then give this a second coat, and then I'll film how I put it up. I'm gonna have it hanging. It's gonna hang there. I got some stainless steel wire because where I live, it's so close to the sidewalk, people will hit it and with their feet and maybe trip over. I'd rather them hit it and it can swing than hit it and maybe trip or something like that. So anyways, a bunch of crows out there. Something died. Anyways, I show Susie banned the whole thing. We gave it a light burn. Yep, I sure did. Now it's looking rustic. All right, so it's hanging up. Now I used stainless steel wire to hang it. I just want to show you guys. Let me give you the wider view. And it's free hanging, so if somebody kicks it, they won't trip over it. Now this is what I did to hang it. You can see there's like there's some kind of clamp thing there. You know, if you tighten this up, it will make it tighter. So anyways, I'm gonna paint this stuff black so you don't see it. You don't even really see it up there anyways. So this stuff is a little bit wet still. I'm going to go to my chainsaw carving tent, let the sun really hit this today, if the sun ever comes out, and let it dry a little bit before we do a water test. Now doing a water test on this is not like raining. It will probably overflow a little bit still, but there it is. Now Just Carve Rob suggested that I get gold leaf and put gold leaf all over it so it looks like there's gold underneath the black, or the gold's peeled off the black or something, but nah, I'm not going to do that on this one. I think it's good the way it is. So I'm going to go to my chainsaw tent and aloe and give it the water test later on today. Oh, also, I decided I'm not going to mold this one. I could do a way better one for a mold, but I think this is old Western red cedar. It won't rot. I still am going to buy that anti-slip to put on here. But there's good. There's just a little, if I want to walk through here, just go like this, step on this, and boom, here I am. So that's good. And I don't know if I showed this shelf or not, but I put this shelf in the thing too. Did I show that I burnt it all too? Oh, I got to put some white in the owl eyes. Yeah, I burnt it all. Show Susie Bandit. So Susie pooped her pants. Jordy, what are you up to? Oh, not too much. Just making sure I can see it when I'm sitting down. Yep, I can see it all right. One other thing, I was just sitting there having my coffee, and I googled wooden gutter downdrain spiral. And I didn't see any pictures of it or anything, so who knows? Maybe this is the first one ever on Earth. What are you doing there, Lee? What are you doing? You silly little belly. You silly little belly. Alright, so since this is hanging now we can get rid of this ugly white downspout. Heads up! I don't know why you guys are going to be able to see, but I'm going to spray water on the roof. The only really good way to tell if it's working is sitting under there and when it's raining, but that's not happening today, so I got this hose here to spray the roof. Here, coming down the gutter. It's working. Oh, it's dripping. Yeah, it's dripping right here. That's no big deal. It's coming out the bottom. I call it a success. Let me spray it more and show you guys. It's black, so it doesn't film that well, but let's see here. It's coming down. There it is. You guys can see it. And it's coming out the bottom. It's perfect. Into the rain drain. Anyways, it works. I'll make a short video when it's pissing rain out where I'm sitting under here and see how much it splashes. But I think that's about it for this one. What do you guys think? Love to read the comments, and don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up, please. Carbon Fusion, over and out. Uh-oh. 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 Eddie. That's with the tap running super slow up there. I don't know what it'll be like when it's raining. I guess all we can do is wait.